So this evening we find Mason, Cassidy on a beach. It's very quiet. It's very still. There's no one really around, and Mason's standing there in his. He's standing there in a tank top, black fitted trousers and boots, and he's just standing there with hands in his pockets, just staring out at the ocean, at the waves, waiting for Sabina to arrive.
And a few meters back, after she, puts her bag down, puts her shoes off, she runs behind him, glonks him, as she always does.
Mason would have begun to turn around as you started running towards him, and he would catch the hug. Hi, Sabina.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better. I just still feel a bit weird after all that. But she could have just shrugs it off. Just want to walk or want to sit down or I don't know.
Let's just stay here for a bit.
Cool.
Weird how?
Guess it's just a lot to think about.
What is?
She kind of just shrugs. She kind of traces her feet along the waters that are skimming in and out, quite, gently laughing. Just the whole. I don't like seeing you guys as just vampires, It's more to you than that. Like we're more than food.
Sure.
There's always more to it than that, but
We may be people.
yeah.
We are people, just like
Yeah.
you are. But that doesn't mean we can just forget.
No, I'm not
what
saying
else
to
we are.
forget. I'm not saying to forget. I'm just saying just to focus on not just that always makes me.
Does it bother you? Does it bother you what we are? What we do?
Depends.
On what?
Depends on the person, how they go about it.
Even the most humane vampire is still a vampire. Still has to drink blood from people to survive.
Yeah.
Is still dead and walking.
They're still dead and walking.
And that doesn't bother you.
Well, wasn't their choice to be this way? As long as they do.
But it doesn't bother you that things like that exist.
Well, it does. But nothing we can do about it. As long as try your best not to hurt anyone when you're doing it. When you're drinking, you have to eat.
How many people, how many of my kind that you've met do you think genuinely try to not hurt anyone doing this?
She kind of thinks for a second. Maybe.
Who are they?
I think you. I don't think you would want anybody to get hurt when you feed off of them.
I try to avoid it, but sometimes it is unavoidable.
Yeah. But you're trying to find other ways. I forgot his name for a second. Was it Richard? The art critic.
Haven't met him, I'm afraid, but I've heard the name Richard Armitage.
Yeah, that's it.
Is it Armstrong? Armstrong.
Armstrong, that's it. Thank
Armitage
you.
is the actor. That's the actor. No, Armstrong.
Don't let him know I forgot his name.
Okay.
I don't think Anya would. I mean, like, she's been working on the tree, but she's actually putting a lot of thought into this. It's like, you might have to come back to me for the other two. But I know there is more. It's
the
just
short answer is not many.
not many, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's hard.
For some, maybe. Why else?
Because maybe it's easier to put that distance in the long run.
Maybe. Or another possible answer. They just don't care.
Yeah.
As much as I hate this and what I am, we are monstrous in nature. Why do you want to be friends with them? With me? I'm not asking this as an accusation. I'm asking this because I'm genuinely curious. Knowing what we are and what we do, why do you want to be around us?
I'm part of this life now.
You don't have to be. Why? Does it not? Why would you choose to be around us? You've seen the Elysiums. You've seen how cutthroat these people are, what they do. And you choose to be around it every night. You choose to get more involved with it, with more of them. Why?
Every time I say it's not that easy to leave, and every time you just make it out like I can, and it's not that easy to just up and leave any of it behind.
No, it's not easy to leave your family behind. But eventually, if you stay in this life, you will have to. And not by leaving the city.
If I can stay as a freelance school, then once a year I'll put myself through going through withdrawals. So I'll age.
And how long do you think people will let you stay as a ghoul?
I don't.
Right.
It's not a choice. It wasn't a choice for you. It wasn't a choice for anybody.
Some people do choose it. Some people choose it. A lot don't.
How do they choose it? Excuse me, can you tell me?
I guess they made an offer.
What kind of offer?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to it, but I can imagine that some would give the choice.
What kind of choice?
Well, the choice is to either join us or live and forget the conversation ever happened.
You have just been face to face with someone who's admitted they're a predator to you. Yes?
You understand that some of us can just erase the memory. I imagine they do. If they can do that, they will.
I've heard. Doesn't mean that they will.
Doesn't mean they will. Sabina? Look. Why did you shoot yourself? And I want to ask you now, when you're not thinking about the pain and everything after it's healed, and you're clear-headed now, why did you shoot yourself? I wasn't going to shoot you. I told you to your face I wasn't going to shoot you.
What if it felt like I had the choice? I didn't want her to just see me as another juice box.
You know, she cares about the people in Overkill. She protects them. She may say they're juice boxes, but she protects them as her own.
Even in a dance lesson I had the other day, they were using the whole predator and prey analogy to try and, get me to not be the one leading, and feeling like the beast, like that. Mm-mm.
So you don't like the idea of being prey.
I've had people feed off of me before, but it was the first time I knew what was coming. The other times I've let it be my choice. But at least, yeah. So it's not the same. I just don't
No.
like.
So you shot yourself to what? Show that you weren't just a juice box.
She said, show your person, so I did. Didn't say it was a good thing. I just.
So you could play tag with us.
Not just to play tag with you guys,
Just can't believe you would do that. Why is it so important to you to be around these people? We are, at the core of it, blood-sucking creatures. Most of them are murderers, killers. I wish I could say that I wasn't as well.
You try to help other people.
How many of them do?
I'm not friends with all of them. I'm friends with you.
But I know of a few that you do work with.
That's gang business. I was involved with that when I was
You're a
young.
16-year-old. You should not be embroiled in that much gang business, in any gang business. How is that okay? It shouldn't be.
I never said it was. Just trying to keep my family's heads above the water.
You know that Isaac would keep your family safe.
No, I don't.
He's a lot of things. But if they're working for him, and he has control of Oscar, like he does, that's an asset he can't afford to lose and will want to keep hold of.
He threatened before, way before.
To cut you off from your family. He's not going to do that now. He can't do that now.
What if he just makes him forget I ever existed? He could.
Are you doing anything that would cause him to do that? Are you choosing to act or to do things that go against Isaac? Are you making the choice to screw with him?
No, apart from, I told you.
Working with the king.
No, he knows that.
Okay.
Looking into breaking the bond.
Right. Okay. Well, he doesn't know about that.
No.
I can't imagine he'll find out. Look, Sabina, I know that I'm a fucking broken record at this point. But I can't. After watching you yesterday, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If you didn't, before you took, if you hadn't taken the gun, I was just going to take you out outside. I was going to get you out of the room and close the door behind me. I was going to make the choice for you because that's ridiculous. You say that you don't want to be embraced, that you want to be a ghoul or, live.
At least for another 12 years, but I don't. I don't think that will happen.
What kind of life is there to have embroiled with us? What kind of life is there for you? I mean, Jesus Christ, fucking. You've had to shoot someone. What you're doing to infiltrate those gangs. I mean, am I crazy for thinking this is ridiculous? Am I crazy for wanting you not in that life, for wanting you to actually have a life?
No.
I don't want to see you end up like me. And I don't want to see you end up like Zayden, where he gets cut off and then he's desperate and scared and terrified because in a week he's going to age 25 years in an instant. I don't want to see you like that.
No. So instead of telling me things that I can't change that this happened. I can't change the life I was born into, and I can't change that this happened.
You can change where you go and what you do.
Yeah.
But you're not.
I'm trying to get my family out.
What about yesterday? What about yesterday? What was that?
Just told you what that was. Just wanted to feel like I had the choice.
You always have a choice, Sabina. At least with me. And with Stella too. She's one of the nicer ones, believe it or not. And you did make a choice.
Why would she even throw around the thought of being embraced?
Why would she even throw it around? I mean, given how embroiled you are in our society and with our kind, you're acting like it anyway. Well, you're acting like you're one of us.
I know a few girls, but I've never really had the chance to work with any of them. They probably won't even talk to me now anyway that I'm freelance.
What's that?
They really care about who's, your boss.
Sabina, I don't presume to know what the Gaul society is like. But if it's even a fraction better than ours, they'll talk to you.
I don't see myself. I'm not trying to act like anything other than what I am. I'm just trying to do what jobs I've been given and trying to help in whatever small way I can.
Trying to help. I know. But think about who you're trying to help and what you're trying to help them with. And then ask again, is that really helping?
Well, you're disagreeing with the stuff up north?
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. But I also don't think that someone who says they want to live should be getting involved in preparations for a war between vampires. I'm sorry, Sabina, but that doesn't add up. I want you to live. I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you become one of us.
Have you heard any rumors? Anybody who sounds like they might be embracing soon?
No, I haven't. If I did, I'd let you know.
Thank you. Because if I had rumors of who wanted to embrace me, maybe I could start doing things that would not be too big things, but would be things that would make them not interested in me.
You're already on their radar.
I know.
And you've had months to put yourself on there.
Only joined in June.
It's coming, Sabina. I don't know how. I don't know when. But I'm terrified that in a week, a month, hell, even a day, I could go to meet with my friend Sabina, not hear a pulse, not hear a heartbeat.
I wouldn't be able to live if my family would die.
No, you wouldn't. Even though you would still be the same age, you would still, to them, be Sabina. How long can you stay around only in the evening? How long can you be?
Not at all when school starts.
When I started to reconnect with my sister a few months ago,
Yeah.
she asked me to stay with her. She asked me to give up Sentinel to get another job, to live with her.
That can't have been easy, turning her down.
One of the hardest things I've had to do.
She'll hold his hand.
Mason will recoil a little bit. I don't want to see you have to do the same. Because eventually, you will. You're doing all of this for your family. So that you can be with your family and they can be safe.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you have to give that up. I don't say these things because of your age necessarily. That's part of it, because I think that it's absolutely ridiculous that a teenager is doing everything that you're doing successfully, might I add, which is impressive but also concerning. I say it because one of the, some would say, disadvantages, I'd call it a benefit, of being younger is that you still get to see what you've lost. You still get to see what's been taken from you. And I say it's a benefit because it's important to know what you had, what you were. Jesus, it hurts like hell. And we have all the time in the world for that pain to sit there. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. most painful thing of all. So you're not the only one hurting. That is why I'm so determined about this, Sabina. Please, just I don't know what more I can say.
No.
He'll kind of take his hand back from Sabina and just kind of almost stare vacantly at the ocean. Thank you for thinking of putting on a surprise event for me. I got caught up in all of this that I didn't get a chance to thank you for it. Even though it didn't happen,
No.
it means a lot that you thought to do that.
Seems like most of our conversations have been like this lately. I just, even for an hour or two, thought it would have been nice.
It would have been. Unfortunately, these days, I don't feel like I've done anything to earn nice things.
Especially why?
The path that I've walked so far, people have tried to walk it with me. And all I see is a pile of blood and ash behind me. But my dad, my sister, I mean, I had to watch my possessed sister mutilate herself.
What?
I failed her. Those things knew about my family and they got to her to get to me. Your family will never be safe if you are a part of this.
Don't blame yourself for that. That's not your fault.
Yes, it is. I got involved. It found out about her. And then it took her. She's still alive, but barely.
Barely.
And that's my fault. That's something that I caused. She's all I have left of what I was. And I watched her getting torn apart piece by piece, knowing that it was there, it was happening because of what I'd done, because of what I am. Don't be in that position, Sabina.
I'm trying not to be once I can get enough savings to get another city sorted. Once I feel I can persuade them or got a plan B, I can get them out of there by calling in favors from someone to make it happen. Then I'll do the blood bond and I'll break it and get them out.
I wish I'd left the city before all of this happened. It would have been safer for her.
Yeah.
But instead I stayed. And this happened to her. I wish I could have got her out of the city, but she was too stubborn to do it.
Are you going to get her out of the city after this?
Of course. But I should have just left. It would have been better for her.
Maybe there would have been nobody in the city to help her.
Maybe she wouldn't have needed it.
Well, as you're all talking, a figure begins walking down the beach, dressed in linen. Almost that, well, some would say cream-colored linen. Sabina, you would recognize the man. He's wearing, he has a yoga mat with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks to the both of you, gives you a slight smile, Sabina, bows forward and does one of these, and looks if he might, questionably, as if he might approach. You, Mason, feel a bestial, slightly seductive aura coming from him.
Mason would turn inquisitively and tilt his head a bit as he approaches. Good evening.
Namaste, Miss Sabina. How great to meet you again. How are you this pleasant evening?
Doing well, thank you. Thought we'd make the most of it.
Mm,
And yourself?
I'm great. And you are?
Mason Cassidy.
Are you a man who shakes hands, Mason?
Of course.
My name is Ryan Paris of Clan Deva.
A pleasure to meet you, Clan Mecca.
Blessed be the paths you both walk upon.
I don't believe I've seen you around before.
I'm new to this city. I'm from the same old city Arvel is from. You might know him, he's of your clan.
Oh, it sounded horrible up there. I'm sorry.
Fate leads you down different paths and blesses some and burns others. But the only thing I can do is look back from time to time and know that the path I'm currently walking on is better than the last I treaded upon.
What if it's not?
Well, I don't see people burning right here.
No, you missed that, luckily.
I feel the sorrow of the city. It beats with every beat of the city's heart. It pulsates out like a bad bad virus inside the body. But there's still time for a cure.
I don't know how much time we have.
There is always time. Do you feel like time is running out, Mason? Or should I call you Mr. Cassidy?
Mason's fine. In some ways, yes. There's a ticking clock counting down to terrible things.
And my guess is that you're doing everything in your power to help.
I hope so, yeah.
You don't need to hope. If it's okay if I touch you.
Kind of cautious, but nod.
He'll point to your stomach region and then to your heart. You need to feel it. Right here, and he puts a hand on your heart. His hand is he is still moving, and as you see him breathing, as if he was a human being, obviously using the blush of life. You need to look inside yourself. See that you are doing the best you can for the fellow people next to you. And he looks to Sabina and to everyone else amongst the city. Self-sacrifice might be needed at some point as well. Letting go of things that is tearing you down to reach a more enlightened state.
I've been trying to do my best. And people I care about have paid the price.
They always do.
So how can that be the best that I can offer?
Isn't it time you let them go? Find a new rock to cling to. Something that won't hurt anyone else. I do yoga. That's my first touchstone. Coming down here, listening to the beach, something to center me. Then you find a new thing, something to remind you of what it used to be human. But some things, especially humans, ghouls even, and he looks to Sabina, shouldn't be the thing you cling to.
Why not?
They will always get hurt.
Yeah. And I need to feel that pain. I need to feel that pain. Because I know that it's my doing. I know that it's my fault.
To cause pain and misery and suffering.
I don't mean to, it seems like it.
But you pressure people into it. If you need to remember how to be a human through the pain, that's just gonna bring more pain. You make situations where pain come to exist. You might want pain and therefore do things recklessly.
Want it. But I deserve it.
Why do you deserve it? Does anyone really deserve pain, Mason?
Some do.
And why you?
Because of what I've done.
What have you done?
I have
Hurt people?
hurt people, killed people. I put my people I care about are dead because of what I've done or failed to do.
I hurt people too in my early nights. And that's why I don't look back. I don't look back on them with regret in my heart. Not now. I look back at them and I feel sorrow over the being I was. And then I think about the being I am today, and I see my path being more clear.
How can I can't just ignore the regrets. They don't just go away.
But as long as you carry that within you,
Why should I stop? It's my burden. They're my regrets, my mistakes, my choices. Why should I get rid of that? Why do I deserve to be free of that?
because when you have them, you lash out upon the world. And you create the world in your image around you. Isn't that right, Sabina?
Sometimes, I guess.
You must think about it sometime. The projection of your own feelings upon everyone else. Doesn't mean you're a bad human. And I'm saying human here because we all still are human. Even I, even you, even the prince of the city. At some place in our hearts, only that we lost our way. And we can still come back to that. But sometimes we need to let go of the things that drag us down. Open up. See the world as it really is and accept that something makes us better and some things makes us worse.
It's a nice idea. It's a nice belief. But I don't know if I can do that.
I believe you can. I believe in you at least. Mason, whatever happens, you'll never let me down. I believe in you.
Can you say that with such certainty?
Every person in this world is someone who needs love and understanding. Even though you think in your deepest self that you don't have it or deserve it or have the right to it, I want to extend my love to you.
That's very generous of you. Right. Well, I need to get going. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Ryan.
I truly hope the best for your sister's recovery.
Thank you. And he'll just glance towards Sabina. Take care of yourself.
Blessed be the path you walk upon.
May the mother guide yours. And
I've never been within the circle, but thank you for your blessing nevertheless.
Mason will give a vacant stare and nod and then walk away.
How are you, Sabina? You seem off.
It's been an interesting couple of weeks. For you?
Great. I met more people within this city and I'm trying to help to the best of my abilities.
How's that going?
Not everyone is receptive, but I believe I will reach someone.
She kind of looks over his shoulder, so where Mason is like walked kind of vacantly off, and she goes, just kind of nods her head at that statement. Yeah.
He begins to unfold his yoga mat right there and sits down in a meditative stance and closes his eyes. I'm still listening.
I don't have much else to say. She just kind of wiggles her toes in the sand.
Not everything needs to be said, Sabina. Sit. Would you kindly?
She's already sat down, but sure,
Yeah.
she'll scoot, just close her eyes.
We start with taking a deep breath in through the nose and then out until everything in your lungs is empty. And then you hold. And then in. And then out. Do you feel more centered?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the things that are clogging up your life is getting out of the way? Do you see your goal in front of you?
I know what my goals are.
Then focus on that goal. Make it your sole objective in life. Do not find any distractions in any minor details in life. Let go of those
How many
things.
variables?
The minor details in life distracts from what you truly want within life, within everything.
Distractions can be the matter between life and death.
Is that your belief or is that the reality?
Situational. Not always. Just this one specific thing.
I believe then find an harmony between. But still, your main goal is still your main goal. Don't stray from the path you are on, just because some path seems shinier at the moment. It might be fool's gold leading you down a corrupt path to oblivion.
Okay.
Listen to me ramble. I'm fine by my own here, Sabina. If you wish to leave, you're welcome to.
Just want to stay by the sea for a bit.
Then we sit and meditate. Well, I am going down into Downward Starg anyway. And as the night continues and Ryan meditates with you, after a while, he'll look to you. Now, remember this, Sabina. The atmosphere. Come back to this place when you're in a situation where you need to calm down. It is always the best.
Soothing. Scented. I like it.
Your friends seem lost. Don't forget to help him as well. He doesn't know it yet, but he deserves love, so do you.
I know he does. Just... There's just plenty of things he can't forgive himself for. I guess that's why he really feels like he must punish himself.
Don't let his fault tear you down. But help him rise above his.
I'll try.
Good. Well, I need to go back. I have another hot yoga pass to go into in the middle of town. Meeting some friends.
Enjoy.
Blessed be the path you walk upon, Sabina.
Blessed be.
And Ryan begins to move off the beach.